Hello?
Hi, it's Kyle Martin. How are you guys?
Hey, how are you, Kyle?
Awesome, Kyle. How you doing, brother?
Good, gentlemen. Good.
Well, Kyle, we got one important question that we always ask our interviews as soon as they call in.
Yes, sir. What is
If tomorrow you were to have a brand new truck, keys to the truck dropped off on your doorstep, would it be a Ford, Dodge, Chevy, or a GMC, or any other truck of your choice?
Well, it'd be a Dodge. You know, I grew up around Fords and never had a lot of luck with them. I've been around a few Chevys that I like, but Dodge would be the one.
We predicted that. We were trying to guess what you were, and we guessed Dodge. I'm a Ford guy myself, but
Yes.
a
Chevy.
A Dodge is better than a Chevy, so I'll take it.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so Kyle, what's it like doing country out of New Mexico? That is a big first for me.
Well, you know, New Mexico is a really cool state. I mean, you've got so much art here, and you've got the potential to play so many different kinds of music. It's a lot of fun, and I love New Mexico. I've traveled around, played in a lot of different places. In fact, I was out there where y'all are in October, and I still wouldn't relocate if I had the choice, you know.
Yeah, I gotcha. I've been out to New Mexico before. I had family in Albuquerque, and it's a nice spot out there. My grandpa had like I guess a farm, but it's in the middle of the desert, so I don't know if it counts.
Well, you know, if was he growing crops or did he just have cattle?
Yep, that's exactly it. He had a
that'd be
couple head of
ranch.
steer.
Yeah, he had a ranch probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got on here that you grew up on a 47,000-acre cattle ranch, working and playing music. What is that like? That sounds pretty cool.
Man, you know what? Looking back on it, it's weird. When you're a kid, you don't realize what you're doing or what you've got. You know, I mean, you couldn't have ridden across it with a horse in maybe 2 or 3 days. You know, it was that big. We had anywhere from 1,300 to 1,000 head of cattle at any given time. We had 15, 20 head of horses at any given time, and we did everything old school. My dad was very old school. I mean, fifth generation cowboy. I'm the first person that I know of in my family to have a job that wasn't just ranching cowboy life. You know, so it was pretty special. You know.
Oh, no, that's cool. And you happen to be very timely with our theme for this week. This is Cowboy Week, and we're playing songs with cowboys. Looking at some of the country artists that can be identified as cowboys, maybe the Garth Brooks, the George Straits, the Chris Ledoux's out there, who would you say some of your biggest influences were?
You know, growing up for me, at an early age, as far as the Western end of it, Marty Robbins was probably some of my earliest stuff. Just that, you know, all that Western theme stuff. Loved Marty Robbins. Then as I got older, Dwight Yoakam is still my biggest, if you want to call that country and Western or honky-tonk music, whatever you want to call that. I mean, he's still my biggest influence even today.
Dwight Yoakam's actually awesome. I saw him live. Sweet show. But 2015 is looking like a huge year for you, releasing your first full-length LP of all original material. What's that looking like for you?
Man, I'm super excited about it. You know, we've been working on it now for almost a year. It's all original material, and everything was written and played by me. The only thing that's not me on the album are the drums. Everything else I played and performed. That's why one reason it's taken so long. But it ought to be done in early May, I'm hoping, and then it'll be on all the iTunes, the whole bit, Amazon. But we're super excited about it.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's really cool to have you kind of do that. When would you say you really got your start? I mean, I know you said you started playing music when you were a young kid, but when did it really click? Like, this could be something that I do. This could be like a career for me.
You know, it's funny. My dad played music in New Mexico, and I started playing with him at a real young age, 12, 13 years old, and played with him all my life. And then by the time I was out a senior in high school, that's all I wanted to do. I didn't realize that was what I was going to probably end up doing more than anything, but that's all I was interested in. And then, you know, all my life it was just the pursuit of music. And then the last 3 or 4 years, it seemed to me that I was like, man, this is kind of taking off. And, you start to get people following you. And I remember one time, the first time I ever looked out in the audience and I saw somebody singing an original song I had written. I could see their lips singing the song. They knew the words. And that kind of freaked me out.
That has to be an amazing feeling, though.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. And so, but like I say, it keeps getting better. We played New York City, Nashville, Las Vegas in late October. So I don't know. It's getting pretty good. We're excited.
Now, another thing we like to ask is, out of all of the places you played, what's one that sticks out in your head as like the best show or your favorite?
Well, I mean, that's a tough deal to say. I'll tell you, the one that we did in New York in October, we played right on Wall Street, right in front of the New York Stock Exchange. That's That's pretty intense for
That's
anybody.
cool.
I mean, looking back there at Federal Hall and you're looking up at the stock exchange and you're in New York City, that's pretty cool, man.
Oh no, that is awesome. I mean, New York's a place that's kind of close to us. And
Yep.
what's touring looking like for possibly 2015? Do you have any idea on where you could be going, or if there's going to
Well,
be a
you
tour?
know, when the CD is done, when the album comes out, I'm looking to try to play more out in New Mexico. I mean, you know, maybe where you guys are is still a little bit out of my range, you know, but you never know. I mean, definitely more in Southwest, maybe surrounding states. Try to broaden the horizons a little more each year, more so. You know how it is.
All right, so Kyle, I've listened to your single "If You Got the Culo," and I think it's awesome. It's a lot of fun, and it's completely different from a lot of what I listen to. So I got to ask, what went into the song?
You know, that was actually one of the last songs I added to the album. It was a fun little kind of a Latin flair sort of thing, and I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. You know, if you speak Spanish, it might be a little funnier to you. But yeah, it's got a fun beat, and I'm really glad that was the single that we led with because it's had a good response. You know.
Now, you were recently voted Best Musical Male Vocalist by Albuquerque the Magazine. What's that?
Yes, sir.
How's that feeling? Because that's your state recognizing it at that point.
There again, that was very cool. You know, that's a public opinion poll, so people had to vote in for me to win that. So that meant a lot. You know, it wasn't just a magazine. It was you know, fans and people in New Mexico and all around the state chiming in to say that. And I mean, that really meant a lot, and I really appreciated it. You know.
Oh no, that's absolutely fantastic. And if we say we were thinking about going to a Kyle Martin show, how would you describe your concert? I have on here Dwight Yoakam meets Van Halen. How would you describe a concert, whether it's in a bar setting or a bigger venue? Just what's the energy like at one of those concerts?
Well, you know, anywhere that you see me, I feed off of the energy of the crowd for sure. But it's high energy. You know, and I say that because we still are doing, you know, traditional, maybe honky-tonk, what I like to call honky-tonk swing music, you know, country music, but very rocking, you know, distorted guitars, rock and roll guitars, high energy. I'm a high energy guy. I like to have a lot of fun and mix it up, and when the crowd gets into it, man, I get even more into it, you know.
Oh no, that's great. Well, we're gonna get into a little. If you got the culo, I brought my burro. So, thank you for joining us, Kyle. Wishing you the best, and awesome to have an artist from New Mexico calling into us.
Man, I really appreciate it. You can find me at KyleMartinMusic.com, all that good stuff. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Kyle.
Would like to have you back on.
All right, partner.
All right, y'all. That was Mr. Kyle Martin, and here is his song. If you got the culo, I brought my burro on the Bronc.
My burro, baby, ain't too fast, but it ain't because he's lazy. He takes his time, 'cause he wanna drive you crazy. If you got the culo, I brought my burro, baby. I was in Albuquerque somewhere around 3:30. First time I saw her, first thing I thought was dirty. Black hair and red lips, oh man, she sure was pretty. I walked up to her and said, honey, this might sound flirty, but you got the culo, I brought my burro, baby. It ain't too fast, but it ain't because he's lazy. Takes his time, 'cause he wanna drive you crazy. If you got the culo, I brought brought my Burrill, baby. Yeah, you got the cool, oh, I brought my Burrill, baby.
1077 The Bronc, 1077thebronc.com. Guys, welcome back to Redneck Radio, coming at you live from the Killarney's Public Gas Studios on the campus of Rider University. I am Cowboy Speed.
I'm Redneck Matt.
And I'm Mountain Man Matt. How's everyone doing?
Oh, we just got a response from Kyle Martin. Hey, I really appreciate this. I'll send you the album as soon as it's finished, so you can have one of the first copies. Many thanks.
Sounds awesome to me.
Thank you, Kyle. And why don't we